Biafra news. Court orders NNAMDI KANU's speedy trials. Fixes April 29 for federal government to present a witness or release him. Federal High Court. So the question there now is, are we fighting with the government of the day or we are fighting with individual? Because this one now that the government court is ordering the so-called federal government to speed. They said speedy trials. Speedy trials means present a witness, a tangible witness, or this man should be allowed to go. In other words, NNAMDI KANU is as good as a free man. You may not understand the political statement that is attached to this, but I can explain to you what it means as a great politician that I am. But let me tell you what brought this statement. Let me just show you what brought the statement. Because I'm following the case and I'm following Nigeria government bumper to bumper. Okay, bumper to bumper, not bomber to bomber. Biafra news again. NNAMDI KANU's apology, a major turning point. Idam and Ibebu. So their problem is for NNAMDI KANU to tender an apology, which he have done through his lawyers. But I can tell you that apology NNAMDI KANU tendered over his outburst on the 24th of September 2024. The new lead counsel, who happens to be two-time two-time Attorney General of the Federation, a son and also a former senator. That apology is a first one. They forced it on NNAMDI KANU. I know this guy and I know him too well. And NNAMDI KANU dare not do such a thing. But as a senior advocate and also Attorney General of the Federation twice, he knows what it means to say this. Because Nigeria governments have what they call ego. Tinubu have an ego. Buhari have an ego. So for you to come to do akbobi to them, it means you can remain there as many years as possible. You don't even care. They can even leave you there and die, resurrect again and die again. So NNAMDI KANU is as good as a free man because of this apology that have been tendered on the first sitting with what they call him, Justice James Omotosho of the Fulani High Court in Abuja. But anyway, sir, let's just read the details about this message. But I can tell you for free of charge that next sitting of NNAMDI KANU, which is on 29th of next month, there will be a turning point, or rather a turnaround of testimony that even the enemies will begin to marvel. How does it happen? Because it's going to take them unaware. Oge Mefa Famnanya, NNAMDI KANU is going to get his freedom. But I will not tell you what will happen after NNAMDI KANU regains his freedom, so that enemies will not capitalize on that to fight more. I will not tell you. But there is something that will happen that even the whole Biafrans will begin to shake. It is in a positive way, not a negative way. So don't even begin to think that something bad is going to happen. My brother, far from that. But there's a tremendous miracle that is going to shake the whole world after NNAMDI KANU being free from DSS dungeon. Go and write my word. Today is the 28th day in the month of March in the year of 2025. Now me talking, Ukulora one day share. And my word can never drop for nothing. And as such now, the program of today is hereby cancelled because there's nobody that shows any interest. So let me reschedule the program again. Maybe instead of doing the program Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it is now being changed once a week. And that once, we are going to choose between Tuesday and Thursday, any day that is most suitable for us. It depends on the comment section and people who replied and time that is suitable for them. So anytime you choose between Thursday and that is Tuesday and Thursday of every week, it's going to be a once program every week. But every other thing will be taking place. You know, all protocol duly observed. So I want to know your take on this. at the comment section. Choose time and choose the day. Either you choose Tuesday or on Thursday. But don't forget, majority carries the vote. So the program tonight is hereby cancelled and terminated until next week, because nobody shows any interest. I can't come and kill myself. I got my car. When I put out something out there, we want to join, you would have said, oh, interested, but only one person clicked, I'm interested. So I cannot host the program for only one person. Despite the fact that when I host the program, a lot of people will enter. But you can as well know that people who entered without not showing any interest are all, they are all intruders. Hey. Anyway, I beg you, let us read this news. Like, share, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. The headline, or rather the title of this message is, the High Court of a Zoo have ordered federal government to quicken to release Mazi NNAMDI KANU, or fast to release NNAMDI KANU as it ought to be. Oh yeah, let us go there. According to them, they said court orders KANU speedy trial fixes April 29 for federal government to call witnesses. As the 10 IPOB leader pleads not guilty before a new judge by Ikechukwu Nnochiri. Let us go there. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Friday, which is today, ordered accelerated hearing of the 7-count reasonable felony charge the Fulani government preferred against the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi NNAMDI KANU. KANU, whose trial started de novo afresh following the reassignment of his case file to Justice James Omotosho, pleaded not guilty to the allegations against him. It will be recalled that Justice Binta Iyako, who previously conducted the case, recused herself from the matter after she was accused of bias by the embattled leader of indigenous people of Biafra, NNAMDI KANU. Injustice Iyako initially adjourned the trial sine die, that is sine qua non, indefinitely until the Chief Judge of the High Court, Justice John Soho, transferred the case file to the new judge, a development that warranted the defendant to take a fresh plea on Friday. Shortly after the proceeding started, the defendant, whose legal team is now led by former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Kanu Agabi, SAN, tendered an apology to both the former trial judge and the prosecution counsel, Chief Adeboyaga Awomolo, SAN, over his outburst in the open court on February 10 when his case was adjourned indefinitely. He begged Justice Iyako and federal government's lawyer for forgiveness, admitting that he was overtaken by emotions. KANU, whose written apology was delivered by his attorney, pleaded to be of good conduct throughout the duration of his trial. Agabi, SAM, maintained that though his client has cause to be angry, he, however, should not have spoken when anger overwhelmed him. My lord, in expressing his anger, he attacked the Federal High Court, he attacked Justice Binta Iyako, he attacked the prosecutor and his own lawyers. I hereby apologize to Injustice Binta Iyako. She did not deserve the unjust attack. I apologize to Chief Adeboyaga Awomolo, SAN. He deserved the highest respect. He was castigated without reservations. I appeal for forgiveness. KANU is a good man, but all of us cannot be of one mind. He is not perfect, but was only defending the cause of Igbo people who are resilient, fearless, and using their God-given talents to give good account of themselves. We may have misgivings, but we must seek forgiveness. In resolving our differences, let us employ peace and not violence to resolve our differences. Agabi, SAN, added. In his brief remark, federal government's lawyer Awomolo, SAN, said he was moved by the plea and has forgiven KANU for all he said against him. He added that contrary to KANU's allegation, he was not out to persecute him, but to ensure quick resolution of the matter. Consequently, the prosecution asked for an adjournment to enable him assemble his witness to appear on the next date. Following a no objection stand by KANU's legal team, Justice Omotosho adjourned the case to April 29, May 2 and 6 for full-blown trial. The court noted that KANU's trial had lasted for over 10 good years. KANU was first arrested in Lagos on October 14 of 2015 upon his return to the country from the United Kingdom, UK. On April 25, 2017, the court granted him bail on a health ground after he spent about 18 months in detention. Upon the perfection of the bail conditions, he was on April 28, 2017 released from the Kuje prison. However, midway into the trial, IPOB leader escaped from the country after soldiers invaded his country home at Afara Uku Ibeku in Umuahia, Abia State, an operation that led to the death of some of his followers. KANU was later arrested, or rather, KANU was later abducted in Kenya on June 19 of 2021 and extraordinarily returned back to the country by security agents on June 27 of 2021. Sequel to the development, the trial court on June 29, 2021 remanded him in custody of DSS, where he remained till date. On April 8, 2022, the court struck out 8 out of the 15-count charge that Fulani government preferred against him on the premise that they lacked substance. Likewise, the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal on October 13 of 2022 ordered KANU immediate release from detention even as it quashed the charge against him. Dissatisfied with the decision, federal government took the matter before the Supreme Court, even as it persuaded the appellate court to suspend the execution of the judgment pending the determination of its appeal. While deciding the appeal, Supreme Court on December 15, 2023 vacated the judgment of the appellate court and gave the federal government the nod to try IPOB leader on subsisting 7 counts charge. Moving forward. Biafra News. NNAMDI Kanu's apology, major turning point, Edam and Ibebu. In a reaction, NNAMDI Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, tendered an apology to the Nigerian judiciary during his last appearance in court. The move has been described by many stakeholders as a pathway to the much-sought diplomatic solution to his detention. Kanu tendered the apology through his lawyers before Injustice James Omotosho of the Abuja Federal High Court, especially over his recent attacks on Injustice Binta Iyako of the Abuja Federal High Court. During the court outing, Kanu had apologized to the legal team of the Nigerian government led by Adeboyoga Awomolo for attacking Justice Binta Iyako. He tendered the apology through his new lead counsel, Kanu Agabi. Kanu has been on trial for about 10 years over his agitation for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra. In September of 2024, Kanu, while appearing before Injustice Binta Iyako for terrorism-related charges, has caused an uproar in an open court when he challenged the judge to recuse herself from his trial. Speaking from the dock of the courtroom, Kanu interrupted proceedings and announced that he no longer had confidence in her and demanded that she recuse herself immediately. According to Iyako of bias, accusing Iyako of bias, Kanu had said Injustice Binta Iyako is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges, and the Nigerian government told them, the judge and the court, that if they convict me, they will free the son and the husband. The Nigerian government sent her to my case so they can release or shorten the pathway for the husband and the son. However, Agabi described Kanu as a good man while pleading that there should be room for errors and they must strive to save and not to destroy. Commenting on KANU's apology, activist lawyer Madu Edam said the apology, which indicates meekness in court, would go a long way in incurring favor for the defendant. He said, he told Daily Post, I will first of all commend NNAMDI KANU and his family for bringing KANU Agabi into his defense. It was a thoughtful act, and I must commend them for that. I must tell you that the apology rendered by Agabi on behalf of NNAMDI KANU to the court is a commendable act. It is the best way to start his defense considering what happened at the last adjournment date with the previous judge. NNAMDI KANU needs to be clothed with a personality of meekness, a personality that deserves favor from the court, having displayed such an outburst before the previous court, and that is what Agabi has done. Nobody is permitted to disrespect the court, no matter how intelligent or highly placed in the society you are. Having acknowledged that Agabi is a verbal cerebral legal saga or sege, a man that enjoys the toga of respect from the court, he has done the best by starting off with an apology to the court. It was well deserved, and that apology will work in KANU's favor, especially with KANU's involvement. As an astute, learned senior advocate who wears an adorable personality where he is prided with respect before the court, in every court in Nigeria, you can know that Agabi was once an Attorney General of the Federation and is one of the few still in active practice and enjoys a place of relevance in our courts. So bringing him into his defense was a thoughtful act, and I commend him for that. The matter is in court, and the demeanor of the defendant before the court matters a lot. Remember that the court is manned and presided over by a human being whose conscience has not been destroyed by a mere fact that he is a judge. So if the court is presided over by a human being who understands what it means to be respected, of course, I can tell you that a meek and a respectable disposition before the court will work in favor of the defendant. And yes, KANU didn't admit guilty or confess crime with apology. Adam also pointed out that KANU's apology was not an admittance of guilt or a confession of crime before the court. The apology is not an admission, neither it is a confession before the court. It does not mean that he has confessed to the crime that he is being charged with. It was an act of reference and respect to the court, given his personality and outburst, which has created an impression around his personality. Whether deserving or not, the apology became very necessary, especially before this new judge, so that the judge can approach KANU with a conception of a character that deserves the compassion of the court. If not, with the perceived disrespect meted on the previous judge, this judge being a human can shy away and pretend not to know that there was such an outburst before his brother Justice by KANU. So it became necessary that such an apology be tendered, and KANU has done well by doing that. He has demonstrated that he is learned senior in the bar and has demonstrated a rare and uncommon knowledge of the job that he had drafted to perform. He added, KANU's continued detention serves no purposes. The activist lawyer called for the release of the IPOB leader, stressing that KANU's continued detention serves no purposes. He said, I have always said that the Nigerian government should kindly consider that the release of KANU is necessary. They should consider that the contentious detention of KANU serves no purposes. It does not serve the interest of the peace and unity of Nigeria, nor does it serve the interest of anybody or any political interest in Nigeria. This young man has suffered. Apart from the fact that he has suffered in detention, the question is, what purpose has the detention served to the Nigerian government? The crisis in the southeast has tripled, and it has no connection with his detention. And I can tell you that the Nigerian government will achieve more if KANU is released than having him in detention, because he will be the one to speak to them. KANU's lawyers before Agabi were emotional. Adam also accused KANU's legal team before the advent of Agabi as emotional and never showed any sign of neutrality. He added, "One of the very important reasons I agree that KANU has done well for bringing Agabi into his defense is that KANU's legal team before now was constituted by lawyers who are hardly dispassionate about this matter. They are hardly neutral about his defense. These are lawyers and in their own rights activists whose approach to the defense is like KANU. They see themselves in the shoes of KANU. They are almost emotional like KANU. So if you have lawyers like that, it will be difficult to properly defend that client." So bringing KANU Agabi in is a wonderful act which has been done by his defense, and that would achieve a positive result, I have no doubt. Nobody is happy having his state in disarray. KANU will never be happy having his people at war, killing each other and destroying their properties. The Nigerian government is hereby ought to kindly graciously release KANU because it's no longer useful to have him in detention. KANU trial political. Tinubu will release him soon. Ibebu. On his part, the former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of NNAMDI, Chuks Ibebu, said that KANU's trial is political and requires a political solution. According to Ibebu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu may release KANU soon. There's nothing wrong in his apology. Every soup has a way to lick it. You either lick with your lips or tongue. Situations are dynamic. Nothing is fixated. I believe the president will release him soonest, he told Daily Post. So my good people, here we go take back breaky. And I go hear our voice when we come back again. Just like, share, comment, and keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. I, Okulora, is always here to serve you, whether the devil like it or not. This ministry must surely move to the permanent site. Emesiano, my wonderful people.